Welcome to this look at some new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mod spotlight video from the mods for yesterday, Wednesday the 22nd of October. I'm starting off with this. So, making a return. I always like this pack. This is the Quadro Pro Baler pack by Blacksheep Modding. This is 39.19 megabytes download. It is, well, we've got 4 square balers and then we've got the transport. The square balers are 9 slots for 4 of them, 13 slots for the last one. And then the transport, which is the one on the back, that's 7 slots, I say transport. The bale stacker is 7 slots. It's a nice pack. It's always been a nice pack whenever it's been out. So we've got these 4 balers here. We've got a Challenger, a Fendt, we've got a New Holland, and we've got the Massey. Now, they're all the same price. And they all are the same for all intents and purposes, other than obviously the branding is what we're kind of looking at. So we got the option for the Pro Baler, which has the 14 metre windrower attached to the front of it. So you can have it like that. That's £105. So again, this is one of those mods. Be careful, because when it says there 85,000, that's not in the configuration you actually start with. That's if you adjust a few things. So it's 105,000 because it's 20 grand on top if you want to have the windrower. If you don't, you want to take that off and know it's standard. That's 85 grand for a square baler, which actually isn't too bad. If you look at the prices of your square balers, that's a small baler. We start 164, 171, 170. There's a ton of modded ones out there. So 85 grand's not a bad price, to be fair. Now a lot of the options are the same on these. So again, like I say, you've got the standard or with windrower. We've got Michelin, Trelleborg, BKT. Back again. Additional lights. I think this is on the back. Yeah, up on the top rail. Yes or no. Beacons. We've got type 1 through 8, I think it was. And I think I might have gone for 6, was it? Yeah, I think I went for 6. You've got warning triangle. Yes or no on the back. Trailer hitch. Yes or no. You need the trailer hitch if you're going to run the collector, the bale stacker. So if you've got your baler and you can't work out why it's not hooking up, you need to have the trailer hitch enabled on here. Square bale twine, empty or standard twine. So if you want to fill it yourself, you can, but if you want it with twine already, it's got a silage additive tank, and I think it was 20 litres. I did put silage additive in the one I've got. I have made a few bales already just to test it all out. Then we've got the main colour. So even though it comes in Challenger colours, we can change. Okay, right. I would suggest the first, so the first 3 colours, Challenger yellow, Challenger orange, Challenger red, are fine. After that, things go, well, they don't go. They're not changing at all, are they? How bizarre. Okay, well, there you go, something to be aware of. Maybe that's a clash with the colour configuration mod from Giants, potentially. Rim colour license plate option as well. Now, if we go into the Fendt version, all the options are exactly the same. Difference is, it's the Fendt version. So everything on there, wheel brand, additional lights, beacons, warning triangle, trailer hitch, bale twine, silage additive, main colour, rim colour, license plate are all on there. And then we've got the same for the New Holland, same for the Massey Ferguson, so whichever one you go for. They're all 9 slots. This one's 13 slots, the Quadrant 5300 FC. This is a much bigger proposition. That being said though, it's 174,220 with the windrower on the front. If I take the windrower off, it's 154,220. We come back out of here and we go up to the standard version. That's 171,000 straight off the bat. So even if you downloaded this mod and weren't going to use necessarily all the stuff with it, you can get a much cheaper baler anyway, which I think is quite cool. So this one's got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back again. Additional lights, beacons, triangle. Oh, this one's got the option for the Evolution logo on the side of it, yes or no. Trailer hitch and the other things are exactly the same. So when we move from there and we come to it, well, I wrote down transport because that's what it, it's in the transport section. So the Quadro Pro Baler 4, a 4-stack bale stacker. Options on this: Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, back again, Trelleborg, standard 2, Michelin, standard 2, BKT as it comes, and back again. Design, you can have it with the Quadro Pro Baler. You can have the Fendt logo, New Holland, Challenger or Massey to match up with your baler if you want to. Class as well. And then you've got beacons, same options 1 through 8. Warning triangle on the back, yes or no. And then we can change the main colour and rim colour on this too. So, in essence, this is an auto stack, an auto load trailer, really, is what it does. Because I'm going to try something in a minute just here. I've always liked this, and I'm sure I'm going back to FS. God, blimey, was it 17 or 19 using this? Because I used to have the upright, the vertical bale grabs. For loading up bale trailers at 4 at a time rather than going around and picking up 1 at a time is an absolute godsend. And the great thing, if this still works the way it used to work, you don't even have to use this baler. You can use any baler, and then you should be able to come along. And then if you want to stack them in 4s, stack them up, you know, in 4s without the bale situation going on. Anyway, so what we'll do, let's operate it as it's, I guess, intended. So I've got some bales going through, so we back up and hook up. So that back one, we have to put it into its operating position, which puts the little there you go, puts that down, so it's ready to receive the next bale that comes through. You'll get a beep when it's ready to go. If we press triangle till we get to our baler, L1 and right stick up and down, so the actual windrowers are manual. So L1, right stick down. So it's not like you don't press a button to unfold that. This is manual. When it gets to that position, we can turn it on, then drop it. Oh, it was dropped down. There we go. Drop down, and what should happen now is, away we go. The bales will automatically go through. So we'll do one more test just to make sure. What I'm curious to see as well is we've got 3 in there at the moment. Can I unload it here? Yeah, I can unload with 3. I wouldn't have to necessarily have 4 in there. I was curious to see. There we go. So now we are beeping. L1, unload bales. Drops them off. The bale door closes automatically. Previous versions, I'm sure you had to press triangle again to close it, but it closes automatically, so we're good to go. So what I'm going to do now is just try something out. I'm going to put it in transport position, so fold that back up for the moment. I'm going to disconnect it. I'm going to make some bales just to show you, like I say, you don't have to have it attached. One in front of our electric car. There we go, that should do. Stop there. Actually, I'll leave that on. And like I say, because this works like an auto load trailer, because you've got the option where it says operating position, which does that, or transport position, it should, like I say, if it works like it used to, is there a beacon on the back? Beacon off. If we drive past a bale, it should, I say it always used to. Oh, okay, maybe it's not going to work like it used to. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay. And there you go. With or without the baler. But like I say, the balers are there. They're cheaper versions or cheaper balers with the windrow attachment on as well. Worth their weight in gold. Absolutely brilliant. That's Quadro Pro Baler Pack by Blacksheep Modding. Next and down here, actually, so we've got a couple of productions. We got Constructible. Like I say, these are ones that I just thought, oh, I wonder how this works. I wonder what the productions are. I wonder what the speeds are, that kind of stuff. We have got this. So this is the drink production. This is by Olaf 1309, 3.12 megabyte download, 13 slots, 95,000 to buy. Build mode, factories is where you find it. No customization options, it comes as it is, just there. So the recipes themselves, if we come to here, we've got chocolate oat drink, chocolate soy drink, oat drink, soy drink. Required, chocolate, oat, soybean and water. Now the recipes, interestingly, the soy recipes are running faster than the oat recipes. I don't know if you can see over to the right hand side where it says outgoing products. I've got more of my soy ones, and that's because of the actual recipes themselves. The actual cycles per month are the same, so there's 2,400 cycles per month on all of the recipes. The chocolate oat drink is 4, 4 and 1, so 4 oat, 4 water, 1 chocolate, to 3, so you're losing a fair bit in the process. The chocolate soy drink is 4, 6 and 1 to 6. That's why there's more in those than there are in the 2 oat ones. Then standard oat drink is 4, 4 to 3, and standard soy drink is 4 and 6 to 6. So yeah, you're definitely getting more bang for your buck with the soy drink than you are with the oat drinks. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to speed up time at the end, and we'll see what the pallets look like, because I'm curious. There's probably images actually on the website, I would imagine. I'm just having a quick check to my right on the old PC. No, it actually doesn't show any pictures of the pallets. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll speed up time at the end, and we'll see what the pallets of each of those look like. I would imagine this is going to be square boxes with labels on, but you never know, it might show cartons and stuff. So inputs around the back, outputs, pallets there. Now as far as prices go, let's go to our prices menu. So there's our chocolate oat drink, high 3s, low 4s. Chocolate soy drink, high 3s. Not a bad price actually when you consider, you know, it's not a huge amount of stuff you've had to bring here. And then it'll be oat and soy, won't it? Oat drink, high 2s. That's curious, there's no price shown for the soy drink. All the other ones are there. How weird. Anyway, there you go. So that is the drink production. Next up, we've got the seed production factory. This by MacTrucker921, 2.3 megabytes download, 16 slots for the main building, and 180,000 to buy. And then we've got seed treat tanks. Now, this again comes down to, would you rather a factory? Would you rather use the I say it's in the base game now, the seed treat auger? It's up to you. I mean, that can be a lot more fiddly. This is more straightforward. Dump stuff in, set the production off, and it will chug away and do the thing. Now, there's some interesting things with this. Shall I say things? Quirks? Potentially. So anyway, let's go into here. Build mode, 180 grand, there's your seed factory, which is that there. No customization options on that. If we come from there into here, and we come down to our pallet tanks, our IBCs, there is a seed treatment fluid tank. Now, if you use the base game stuff, and we've got the, where is it now? It's under pallets. So you've got seed treating liquid, which is 0. And even if you've got the literal pallets and bales mod by Yoss, it's still 0 for the seed treat liquid. And if you lease the seed treat auger, it's like 3 grand, and you can run your stuff through and you can get your seed. So again, this comes down to that thing of, how do you want to tackle it? Now, this says in the description that you get rewarded for buying in bulk. the more bulk you buy in, the cheaper it works out. And this is where it may need an update. So one pallet, 3,000 litres, which is not bad, is 4,500. Okay, now if I put it on 2 pallets, it's 12,500. Well, 2 pallets of 4,500 is 9,000, not 12,500. So you're being penalised for buying in bulk, not rewarded for buying in bulk. And it gets worse. 3, 4, 5, and I worked out all the numbers on these. The only one that was cheaper than 4,500 is if you get to 8. If you buy 8 IBCs, it's 34,500, and I think that came in at 4,312 per pallet. All the others, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, if you buy all of those, it works out more than 4,500 per pallet. So my advice is, buy one at a time. If you're going to buy 8, buy one at a time, or 7 or 6, or, you know, like I say, you will gain if you do 8. So 7 or under, buy one at a time. If you're going to do it this way, that's entirely up to you. So, how does this work then? In at the front here. Now that's a curious one, because this won't come out in pallets. So what's that for? Because taking out is done there for your seed. That's a curious one. Anyway, so we have got different recipes. Now, your standard recipes are all 720 cycles per month. But the recipes are set themselves all the way through are 150 plus 10 seed treat liquid gives you 150 out. So you're not losing anything on your crops. This will take barley, corn, oats and wheat. But you'll notice here you've got a rush order. So you can do standard 720 cycles a month, or a rush order at 3,600 cycles a month. The recipe stays the same, the cycles a month will change if you do the rush order. However, the cost to do it goes up. So your standard seed treat production is 180 per month. If you go for the rush order, it's 894. So it will cost you more if you want a rush order, but you can do rush orders on corn, corn rush, seed, oats, oat rush, wheat rush. What comes out is seed, just seed. It's not anything, you know. So if I just put barley on, it will take a little bit to get chugging at 720 cycles. There we go, 3 litres, and it will go up a little bit more, 6 litres. There you go, that's not too bad. Let's put the rush one on. That should go much quicker. He says, there you go. That jumps up way faster if you go for the rush. Now, if you've got little bits and bobs left over from contracts, or you've got some left over from fields, or whatever you want to do, if you were going to stick all of these on, if you had bits of all of them and you put rush and ordinary on, this should absolutely honk through it, and you should get a fair old bit of seed coming out really, really quickly. It does the job. There you go. It's going rather rapidly. So yeah, I mean, like I say, it depends how you want to tackle these situations. I mean, there are quite a few different seed factories and herbicide and liquid fertilizer, all those kind of things. There's tons of factories out there. So this puts another addition in. Again, I'm saying what I always say when I do mod reviews. I'm showing you what's here. You make the decision. I'm not, you know, I'm not influencing people. I'm just saying, look, it's here. Do what you want with it. So that's that. Next, we've got this. And we're going to have to speed up time for this as well, because this piqued my interest, because again, we haven't had many Constructibles. Some are built into maps. We've had one from Omatana. We've had 2 or 3 now. But this is quite cool. So this is the British Constructible Shed by MSModding. 10.25 megabytes download. 7 slots, 40,000 to buy. Now in the description it says, price 65,000. So I'm wondering if that's the 40 grand then plus things you need to bring to it, potentially. So if we go into our build mode, we go across to our Constructibles section and down to there. That's what it looks like. There's no customization options and colour. Now I put it that way around, facing the way, and once you place it, it then does this, which is what most of the Constructibles do. Now I couldn't get anything to come up until I came around this side of it, and then it says what's required. So bottom right, 1,000 wood beam planks long. I don't know how many resources it's going to require to do all this stuff, so I've grabbed some of these. I did grab liftable ones, so I'm going to throw them in. There we go. And we're getting some sound effects and whatnot. And what we'll do is we'll speed up time. and we'll see what each stage looks like as we speed up time through. And while we're speeding up time to do that, obviously we should then get our pallets out from our other production over there. So while that's chugging around the first bit, I'm going to move on to the next one, the final mod that I'm going to show. Like I say, there were a few mods yesterday. It comes down to time. I had a load of stuff to do around the house, and I know people say, well, it's your job. I get it, but I've just decided to do this. So anyway, there is a sawmill pack as well by Castor DS Agri Service. I may do that as a separate mod review because there's tons of stuff in that. Decorative items, storage, sawmill, there's loads. So maybe that'll be a separate one. Again, it depends. If more mods come out today, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Anyway, we have got the traffic safety trailer. This by SoSi-Modding and nrxEcki. This is 6.96 megabytes download and 6 slots. This is cool. Now, it doesn't say in the description. I don't know if I'd make. I mean, the thing is, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because what I was going to say was, it doesn't say in the description if, when you place this, whether AI vehicles will go round it. Like if you've got traffic lights, will they stop at the lights? Will they go? But at the end of the day, in game anyway, vehicles will overtake you anyway, regardless. If you're going too slow, they'll overtake you. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose this is more just a decorative, immersive type thing to protect your workforce, that kind of thing. Anyway, you'll find this under your miscellaneous section, just there, 6,500, no options. It comes just like that. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, what I thought would be quite cool is if the cones were usable. If you could take the cones out and place them or some of that. Unfortunately, they're not, but that would be quite cool. But anyway, that being said, the mod's cool anyway. If I start the engine, so we have got. I'm trying to think. Was it L1? Because some of it's my trailer. I think it might be once I unfold it. So fold up display panel does that. Once folded up, you have the cross and the flashing lights. So that's just to warn people you're out in the street. If we go L1 and right stick side to side, we can open, sorry, up and down. We can open and close that toolbox bit to the side. Now, there's no option for chainsaw or anything. I did wonder if there was. And then we've got a box, and you can see it, a box there. It's got some other bits in. If we go R1, and was it right stick coming down? Or side to side? No, that's doing the trailer. There you go. It's up and down. You can see that box at the back opening and closing. So we can open and close those, adds a bit of animation to it. And again, we can't use the things that are in here, but it just gives you that kind of that feel, which is kind of cool. We come back to here and then go L1. Up on the D-pad says switch on left arrow. So if we do that, it does that, and then the arrow flashes to the left as well as the arrow on the back of there, which I think is very, very cool. If I then put that back up on the D-pad, then go R1, it says change traffic direction down on the D-pad. I come off and go L1, I can now do turn on right arrow. Up on the D-pad goes to the right, does the right arrow. So you've got left or right arrow, the flashing lights happen no matter what. I turn that off, it just goes back to the cross in the middle as a warning. I was going to say, I thought that would switch off, but it doesn't. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's do that. Oh, nice. Okay. There you have it. I just thought it was quite cool. I was curious to see how it worked, and that's how it works. That's the traffic safety trailer. So, what I'm going to do is turn that off. Do that. Then collapse panel. Engine off. And what we'll do is we'll speed up time and see what our different stages look like. We're at one pallet of each at the moment. I will keep a note because I'm curious to see how many resources this is going to take as well to build this. I'm assuming it's going to require a fair bit, and we'll see what happens with our stuff there. Bear with me a moment. Phase 1 done. It's 5:33 in the afternoon. Next, it wants 10,000 litres of cement bags. So 10, I've put 8 in already. So that's 9. That's 10. That'll now chug. I'm assuming it's going to do the foundation walls, although I would have thought it would require cement blocks rather than cement bags. And considering we bought wood, maybe the wood was for the what's it, the forms maybe, I don't know. Anyway, cement bags next. Let's see what happens. While all that's happening, I thought we'd come over and double check on this. There's our soy drink. Like I say, it's like I thought it might be. boxes with labels. But that's pretty cool though. There's our soy drink. There's our oat drink. That's our chocolate soy drink. And that's our... Oh, actually, where's our... Did I say chocolate there? Chocolate soy drink. Must have another one somewhere. Because none of them are. There's... Oh no, that's oat, isn't it? There you go, chocolate oat drink. Right, so, and what's also curious is, you know, I said about that little bit on the seed thing? I thought we could pick up seed loose out of here. Now, unless I've missed something, so all of this has been produced, so it's come out as pallets, which is fine. But I'm now looking around this thinking, is there anywhere on here that gives the option to switch off pallet spawning? I don't think there is. If it's round here, then you can't get to it once you've got a few pallets. So yeah, a bit puzzled by that. Anyway, yeah, they've started producing out there. Anyway, this will continue. Right, it's the next day. 141. It took all that time to get rid of all of those, and it's now asking for 10,000 cement brick, which will be 10, I think, and then 4 cement bags. Nothing changed in that last bit, so it looks exactly as it did, but I'm going to put those bits in, and I will carry on. I'm keeping a tally of all the stuff so we can work out at the end how much stuff it is actually required to build it. So we're nearly 2 full days into the build. Those last bits that we put in have run out, and it's now asked for 2 more wood beam. So the 2 wood beam have gone in. It's a fair amount of resources so far. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like any of these construction things. I love the concept that over a period of time you can gradually see your construction, your shed, your building, whatever it come alive. I know a lot of people have said they require way too many resources, and obviously if you're going to be running the productions to produce these resources, you get into that situation. People are like, well, you know, it then has become pallet simulator, and you know. But then you've got the flip side of that is if you then go and buy pallets. I'm using the YOS mod, this one here, the farm pallet shop. There's a farm pallet shop and there's a farm pallet shop free. Plus there are your warehouses and pallet stores you can buy stuff from. And realistically, if I was a farmer and I was going to build a shed, I would pay for it to either be built or I would pay for the resources to be delivered for me to build it. I wouldn't necessarily own all of the businesses that produced all of the resources to make it. So there's all the different ways around of doing it. What I'm doing this way round is I'm just putting the stuff in to get it built. And there's nothing wrong with going and buying the resources to build a construction. That's how it would be done in the real world, realistically. You know, it might all arrive on lorries and pallets and all be stacked up, and then you gradually work your way through from your foundations up and gradually build it. So let's see how we go on the next section, see what happens, and then what's required after that. We managed to get the roof on before it rains, if it rains. Next up, 2 more lots of planks, they're in, and we'll crack on with that. What are we looking at so far? 3 lots of wood beams, 1 plank's long. This is now 3 planks, cement bags 14, cement bricks 10. So like I say, we'll see what we end up with. I like this. Nice! Planks long 1 and roof plate 6 is next. This is very, very cool. I like this. Have I mentioned that? I think it's brilliant. We're certainly getting there. We are certainly getting there. Another 1 long planks, another 6 roof plates. I think once, well, maybe this is the last step. I've lost track whether we're on day 3 or day 4. And I'm on 1 day month, so obviously it's going to be, you know, however many months it's going to take to run through. But yeah, okay, nearly there. Nearly there. That's very cool, but I guess we're still not there. Because we don't have a door. Planks, 2,000. If you haven't used this mod before, the YOS one, it's very, very cool. Did it say planks long? I literally just read it and then didn't pay attention. No, just planks. So, planks to... This has to be it, doesn't it? Planks, I'm going to say planks for the doors. But the level of detail, the guttering, the fact it added the wood on the inside, the wooden supports down the inside, the fact it's put the runner across the top of the doors to slide on, Yeah. And there we have it. Into the night. That's cool. Of day 3 or day 4. We're only one day out, 1 month out, and there it is, complete. Very cool. Got lights inside. I don't think we have we? It's just a storage shed. I say just a storage shed. That was quite the construction. I enjoyed that. That was brilliant. So there you go. Anyway, hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.